half we have Yankees fans and some Mets fans.
Yeah.
And some Royals fans.
Royal fan singular.
Royals fan.
It's a legitimate home run from Aaron Judge, home run number 15.
Are
Yankees
people
win this
actually mocking this?
Well, it's the shortest of his career, and in 29 other ballparks, it's not a home run. That's all. Just facts.
Boo.
What they counted as in the box score?
Home run.
Okay.
Yeah. Weird.
It's a home run. It's
I-
baseball. It's different size parks.
Red Sox, Mets. Odd play here. Walker Buehler throws a strike, called the ball. Umpire saying, "Oh, you're out of the game now." Uh-oh. We're supposed to blur that out. The umpire, there's a
The umpire escalates stuff.
What'd you say?
He wanted some,
Yeah.
man. You don't see that many umps at that.
Get out of here. Like, we know.
And he takes his hat off. It's so
He was performing a bit.
It's a lot.
He was performing.
Moving on. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy. Unknown prospect, Rafi Devers. He hits this one over the large fence in left
That's
field.
a
You okay
real
with that
home
home
Yeah,
run?
that's
No,
you get
never
extra
know.
points.
Red Sox win 2 in a row against the Mets. Heading for another wonderful, we're at Jets camp. Here's what was written verbatim in the document from our resident Jets fan, Christina. Fields with a stunning pass.
Stunning.
Yes,
Really?
Stunning. So, do you disagree?
First of all, he couldn't tell because all we saw is the ball up in the air by the tree.
Yeah, well,
Right? Like
it
hard
is
to
stunning.
That doesn't tell. I need
That's
another
stunning.
angle to know if it's stunning.
That's pretty stunning.
Pretty? Yeah, that's.
Thought
it looks like
process?
it looks cute.
I don't know who wrote this. Someone wrote it on Twitter that perhaps a little Russell Wilson moonball. Saw Russ do it a little bit. I can do it. It's a stunning
every
pass.
NFL quarterback can make that throw.
Not true. It's not always stunning. I'd have it
Especially
more often. Snakes, Dodgers, bases loaded. The rare sacrifice fly that makes the show. Ohtani gets home. The Dodgers snap a 4-game losing streak by beating the Snakes.
Can I tell you?
You're up
The
in
Royals
Snakes?
had a game-winning pinch hit triple,
Wow.
and that didn't
I'd
make
have
the
liked to have
show.
seen that.
How did they have a
Instead-
game-winning pinch hit triple?
Because there was a man on base
What base was he on?
first.
And it took him longer.
What do you mean?
He went all the way.
It wasn't a walk-off. It was in the 7th inning.
Okay.
But it's better than a sack fly.
Well,
It's better than a sack fly.
We all know why it's in.
Because the Snakes.
Yeah, he wanted to say snakes.
let's head to Cleveland, where the Browns have a bevy of quarterbacks and a unique plan
tried
to
to get
determine
this story in for
who
4
should
days.
start. Who should start? Mary Kay Cabot writing, in an effort to make the 4-way competition between Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Flacco, and Shador as fair and efficient as possible, key words, the Browns will essentially run 2 concurrent passing camps during organized team activities, mandatory minicamp, and possibly into training camp.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before. What is your reaction?
Well, my reaction is whoever draws to be on the same field as Kenny Pickett is going to be the clubhouse leader for the race because they're going to look better by comparison. This to me, like, if you are the Browns, you really should only need to see the rookies. Flacco, you just have to, like, when Flacco checks into training camp and see him, you just have to make sure he hasn't, like, all of a sudden atrophied in the offseason. You know who Joe Flacco is.
There's a good chance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No,
He's
right.
40.
So that's right. So that's, but he's not going to be better than he was the last couple years. And so you should know pretty quickly, is my point. Oh, did Flacco all of a sudden age?
You'll know about the decision making.
Exactly right. And then Kenny Pickett has a rich history of 25 starts in this league with these following numbers. 25 starts, 14 touchdowns, 1 game with more than 1 touchdown, 1 game with 300 yards, and 180 passing yards per game.
Yeah, with Sam Darnold, you know.
No, but honestly, that wasn't the Darnold thing. The Darnold wasn't that the ceiling only goes to floor 2. It was that the basement drops to the center of the earth and he sees ghosts and those things. But Darnold did have pre-Vikings some really high-level games. You know what I mean?
He beat out Baker, remember, in Carolina?
He didn't beat out Baker.
He took his position.
Baker won the job and then got benched.
Okay.
Well, that's not beating
for
him out.
Darnold. It kind of is.
A few years ago.
But so I just, my point is, like, I know some of the reporting is Pickett's the clubhouse leader. That's jaw-dropping to me. And I think it should be Flacco's going to be our quarterback, and we're going to figure out which of the rookies can be his backup.
Well, look, I know Wild's flag football experience has taught him the proper way to run camps. So he's killing these professionals with the Browns. I love it.
How can you?
If you don't have a quarterback, this is what it should be. I mean, I don't whether you do it in 2 camps, however you do it. Remember, Coach Mangini said, look, the bottom line is the 3rd and 4th string guys just aren't going to get enough reps. You're not going to be able to see them enough to know even if they're good. Well, in this case, we're going to see them enough. Like, Flacco's 40, Pickett's bad, Gabriel is like a shot in the dark project, right? And Shedeur, we can say this, at least on paper, has the highest upside of the 4 of these guys. So I got to see what each of these guys can do. I'm glad for Shedeur, all of them, but I'm glad Shedeur looks like he's going to get a real shot. Because when Coach Mangini was like, 4th guy, you're not getting a lot of looks. I was like worried, okay, now he's really in trouble. But if he's going to get a real chance, that's all you can ask for.
I've just never heard of this happening before.
Well, I don't think we've ever had a team that has, first of all, most teams only have 3 quarterbacks. Right. Second of all, we've never had a team that has 4 quarterbacks, and there are varying opinions of all of them, but if it is,
none
as
is
Hubs
the
would
definitive.
Say, mid at best. Like you have 4, for week 1 of next year, you have 4 bad options. It doesn't It doesn't mean Gabriel or Shedeur won't end up being
Push next.
Either starting a mid-round rookie, tiny hands, or the old man.
Can we stay just a